Right now at 5, a tree's trek through Omaha. Its spot in the Durham means so much to the family that gave it away.
You can turn your tragedy into something positive.
The coldest night of the season on the way, but there is also a moderating trend in our forecast for the week ahead.
Plus, a thank you breakfast for these American heroes.
Really means something to everybody.
The 400-pound flag flying in one father's memory tonight.
And the singing nurse. Using song to soothe and heal.
Live from 7 Burlington Station, this is Omaha's news leader. KETV NewsWatch 7 at 5.
A massive tree delivery. It takes a lot of manpower to get this blue spruce squeezed through the doors at the Durham Museum.
It will be Omaha's official Christmas tree, a holiday tradition with special meaning this year. Thanks for being here tonight. I'm Alexandra Stone.
I'm David Earl. We watched the tree snake through the streets of Omaha, a journey that started at the home of Kelly and Jay in Contro this morning.
We love giving back to the community, especially love giving back to the community in memory of my daughters, Jordan and Taylor. So they died in an automobile crash December 18th of 2010. And since then, we've just made it a point to donate in memory of them.
The girl's father died in that crash too, but for the family, this tree symbolizes hope and healing.
KETV NewsWatch 7's Jose Zozaya is live.
David, Alexandra, Jordan and Taylor's mom, Kelly in Contra, says she knows her heart will never fully heal from this tragedy. Despite that, she looks forward to her 2 girls becoming a part of a decades-long Omaha tradition. And the Encontros say Jordan and Taylor would want them to continue spreading the holiday cheer, so they're doing that throughout the year with multiple donations to charitable organizations throughout the Omaha area. As for the tree right behind me, guys, we know the Durham Museum has scheduled the official tree lighting for November 23rd about 7 o'clock, and right now they'll be in the process of decorating everything else and including those 2 angels right under the star on the tree. Reporting live in Omaha, Jose Zozaya, KETV NewsWatch 7.
A great gift by the Encontro family. Jose, thank you. Live outside, another well-known tree in Omaha this time of year. That's the Tree of Lights at 90th and West Dodge. Few flurries this morning, but the story tonight is the cold. Weather Now Chief Meteorologist Bill Ranby is live with the upfront forecast and how many layers you need to wear. Bill?
Yeah, David.
Time being, guys.
All right, Bill, thank you. We're following breaking news right now from Council Bluffs. Fire crews just wrapped up battling a house fire along 1st Street. This is new video just in. 911 got the call about 3:40 this afternoon. Firefighters had it under control by 4:11. They say it started in the home's chimney. Everybody inside there got out safely.
Ceremonies of thanks continued today for the men and women who serve and have served our country. Veterans who attended this event at the Maple Street YMCA received gifts made by kids there at the center.
Acknowledging the fact that they've been through something and they've served, and that that acknowledgement in and of itself is enough. It's more than enough, actually.
And we were also there today as those who have served got served a free breakfast.
KETV NewsWatch 7's Naya Gonzalez reports from Council Bluffs. The world has this man to thank for iconic superheroes like Spider-Man, the Hulk, and Iron Man. Today, we lost Stan Lee. The Marvel Comics co-creator helped energize the comic book industry in the 1960s with intricate plots, dialogue, even philosophy. Stan Lee was 95.
A major change of plans today at the start of the U.S. Conference of Catholic Bishops in Baltimore. Leaders were set to discuss ways to address the clergy sex abuse crisis, but the Pope requested a delay. The Vatican is hosting a global meeting on the issue in February. Right now, the Nebraska Attorney General has demanded 4 decades of records from Catholic dioceses in the state. In Iowa, the Attorney General there warned Catholic leaders to preserve any records associated with abuse or abuse claims. From Red Oak at 5, paramedics flew a woman and her 2 sons to an Omaha hospital after a fight involving knives and a hammer. Police say Viola Reinhardt's son, Kane, grabbed the knife during an argument last night. Another son, Luke, intervened with a hammer. Each of them got hurt. Tonight, authorities charged Kane Reinhardt with 2 counts of attempted murder.
Iowa DNR officers say they stopped 4 hunters last week for numerous violations. 3 of them are from Louisiana. Another is from North Carolina. Investigators say they lied about where they lived and were hunting without the proper licenses. The fines total more than $23,000. And from York County, Nebraska, the State Patrol arrests 3 people following a chase that damaged a cruiser and hurt a trooper. Here's a look at that vehicle. Tonight, a 26-year-old is in custody, so are 2 passengers on drug charges. That trooper who was hurt is out of the hospital tonight.
Fresh off a 2-week winning streak, a major drop in the markets today. The Dow dropped 600 points today. The NASDAQ was off more than 200, and the S&P 500 closed down 54. From the Big Red Zone, the Huskers have scored 30 points or more in their last 5 games. After a win against Illinois Saturday, head coach Scott Frost says he's impressed with the team's progress over the course of the season.
It's hard to have a season start the way we had it start and not lose the team, lose hope, lose enthusiasm. You don't see a team very often that starts off with that many, bad blows being delivered to you and keep improving. And a lot of that has to do with these seniors that are leaving and the leadership that they've given.
Nebraska's next test is Michigan State. Saturday's game kicks off at 11 o'clock at Memorial Stadium.
All right, the hit TV show The Good Doctor airs tonight on KETV, and a treatment featured in tonight's episode was actually created by an Omaha doctor.
Yeah, and KETV NewsWatch 7's Julie Cornell has a preview of the story she's working on for the news at 10. So let's tell you about it now. The treatment is called hot chemo, and a recent New England Journal of Medicine article shows it's extending lives for women with late-stage ovarian cancer and other cancers. This is Dr. Brian Logie in action here. He was the pioneer of HIPEC, or hot chemo, back in the early 90s. First, he does surgery to remove tumors. Then he heats chemo to 108 degrees and pumps that in and out of the abdomen. It's a treatment that's extending life expectancy.
What we're actually trying to do is to improve their quality of life if they have degraded performance, and then we want them to live as long as possible.
Again, Julie Cornell is working on this story, and at 10, you can meet a courageous patient who says without the treatment, she wouldn't be here.
Amazing that was developed right here in Omaha. Well, there's more to come in this newscast, including the fires burning across California. Tonight, the governor is responding to the president's claims about poor forest management.
Plus, the 400-pound American flag flying in Utah tonight. It's in memory of a town mayor and father of 7 killed in Afghanistan. Right now, rush hour traffic from our exclusive SkyCam network. Bill's back with the latest on tonight's Arctic blast of air when the news continues next at 5.
Welcome back tonight. Right now, there is a grim warning from the fire chief battling those deadly wildfires in California. He says the fight is not over yet.
We'll get an update in a moment. First, though, we want to show you the powerful Veterans Day tribute to a Utah mayor. Major Brent Taylor died while serving his country in Afghanistan just weeks ago.
Amazing grace. To see that banner flying is something of a deep honor and just a remembrance of this wonderful land that we live in, and also it's quite a humbling reminder that unfortunately our family's not the first to go through this.
Jenny Taylor is Major Taylor's wife. She's now left to care for their 7 children, but she says she's not alone and hopes she can one day meet the people who hiked up the mountain to fly that flag.
Incredible video from the Chicago area. An out-of-control driver flipped a car, hitting a building last night. That building is actually a new police station. It's still under construction. No one was inside, but there was a lot of damage to repair tonight.
There's outrage tonight in Wisconsin after someone posted this picture over the weekend. It appears to show students giving a Nazi salute on the steps of a Wisconsin courthouse. A Baraboo, Wisconsin school spokesperson says the photo does not reflect the district's values and beliefs. A Twitter account for the Auschwitz Memorial Museum joined the conversation, saying it shows the continued need to educate people about the horrors of the Holocaust. We'll stay in Wisconsin, where authorities charge a Milwaukee man with making threats against polling places on Election Day. Police say they found 20-year-old Brandon Baker with loaded guns concealed in his clothes and backpack. Documents show he posted a picture online that morning of him firing a gun from his roof.
High-speed ballot counting machines ordered from Omaha are in Miami tonight to help with Florida's election recount. There's a Thursday afternoon deadline to recount ballots for the state's governor, Senate, and Ag Commissioner. Florida's Secretary of State ordered a recount this weekend for those razor-thin races. Well, tonight, at least 30 people are dead as much of California burns.
On Twitter, President Trump blamed the wildfires on poor forest management. KETV NewsWatch 7's Aixa Diaz has the state's reaction to that claim.
California's governor has declared a shameful attack on the firefighters on the front lines. In Washington, I'm Aixa Diaz.
Well, smoke from those wildfires is drifting across the country tonight. Some of it was even above Nebraska and Iowa this morning. It was high in the atmosphere up above the clouds.
So much devastation there in California.
Oh, it's terrible. So dry out there. And of course, we've been very wet late summer and also fall. And maybe looks like they're going to continue here with snow to come. We've already had a little bit. None right now. Had some flurries in the area earlier on this morning. Warm. And now Saturday looks cold, breezy. Sunday morning 19. Next Monday back up to 50 degrees, though.
There's a lot of sun on that forecast, though.
You're right.
Take that.
Tons of that. I like the positive attitude.
Glass half full. Bill, thanks. Well, still to come at 5, the Michigan nurse with a special gift.
One patient's family says it helped their dad recover.
I just hope this woman knows what she's done for my dad.
He was beaming.
And then new here at 6, an update on that Iowa 3-year-old with AFM. Tonight, neighbors are helping his family deal with the diagnosis. From Omaha's news leader, this is KETV NewsWatch 7 at 5. Updating trending stories here at 5. Rob McCartney's on the live desk. Hi, Rob.
Hey, David, there's an animal neglect story developing along the Iowa-Minnesota border. Nearly 170 dogs have been seized from a facility in north-central Iowa. This is a photo taken by the American Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals. The Worth County, Iowa Sheriff says it was a puppy mill with filthy kennels, no access to clean water, very little shelter. Animal neglect charges are pending. All right, coming up at 5:30, why did it take 40 minutes to help an air traffic controller in Las Vegas? World News tonight on how the busy airport went without someone to guide the planes. Alexandra?
All right, Rob, thanks. There's a new date set for Alan Jackson's concert at CHI Health Center Omaha. It's now set for Saturday, April 13th of next year. Jackson had to cancel his September show following a death in the family. Tickets for that show will be honored on the new date.
Okay, now to a story about the power of song. A Michigan family says a nurse's tender moment lifted their sick dad's spirits and his health.
Robert Olson's heart problem left him unable to speak until Nurse Brenda walked into the room.
You light up my life.
He really was beaming.
What a voice. By the nurse's next visit, Olson was singing along with her, and a week later he was doing so well he got to go home.
I have sung to patients for 14 years. It's just the first time I got caught.
Great to see that moment and that recovery tonight. Well, Bill's back after this with his updated 7-day planner. Hint, it gets warmer. This is NewsWatch 7 at 5.
Welcome back. Julie Cornell is here with a look ahead to our 6 o'clock newscast.
Yes, it's an epidemic that we've been tracking for years. Childhood obesity. And new tonight, the dramatic shift in just how young your kids need to start exercising. And then the metro area gyms catering to children and their parents.
Okay, Bill.
Guys, it's tough getting out. It's so cold right now, but hopefully later this week you'll be able to get outside and do some more exercising. Jogging, running looks pretty good by Wednesday afternoon, Thursday, but tonight down to 10 for the low, the coldest night so far this season. A lot of sunshine in the 7 days Alexandra mentioned earlier.
All right, Bill, thanks.
That's our report at 5. Thanks for joining us.
We're back here in 30 minutes with more local news. Up next, World News Tonight.